I will tell you what is happening is bad for old people. It is really bad for young people. The U.S. was the largest debtor nation in the world 6 months ago. Boy, I know there's an election in November in the U.S., and I know they all want to get reelected. But what about young people? What about you? What about me? What about our kids? This is leaving a crippling blow to the future for the U.S. We're speaking about the U.S., but European countries, Japan. Japan is just as bad, if not worse. It's a nightmare, and I'm afraid that's what young people in America have to look forward to now. Again, I don't like saying any of this, but one has to deal with facts, or one is going to suffer. So far, I haven't found a free lunch, especially when there's an election coming around. But after the election, somehow or another, the free lunch disappears, and I'm on my own. We all want a free lunch. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You think people need to work and earn their own cash flow? No. Find a way to get a free lunch. Tell your politicians, send me a check. I need money. This was certainly what happened in the Soviet Union and other places. Fortunately, we tried that. Many places tried it, and it never worked. I'm looking at all asset classes in all countries, and the commodities seem to be the cheapest asset class in the world right now. Certainly not government bonds. Government bonds are a bubble, if anything. An option might be, an approach might be, and I'm not recommending this because I'm not doing it myself yet, might be to short government bonds and go long agriculture. For instance, agriculture has been obliterated, government bonds in a bubble. So anyways, I look at assets, I see government bonds are the most overpriced in the world, and agriculture is probably the cheapest in the world right now. There's a lot of different real estate in the world. You pick the United States. I mean, the difference in New York City financial real estate and Iowa farmland is dramatic. It's just night and day. So yes, real estate can be a way to survive. At the moment, if you ask me, real estate is going to continue to get decimated because, first of all, interest rates are going to go higher someday, which is usually not good for real estate. But secondly, offices, commercial real estate, shopping centers, a lot of kinds of real estate, we're going through dramatic changes right now. Even housing is going through changes. So if you want to buy property, head west. There's a lot of farmland in Iowa. There's a lot of land in Nebraska. That's cheaper, and those guys are going to come out ahead if you ask me. But you could go to Canada, Australia, many places where you can go and buy property. I wouldn't buy property in Sydney. I might buy it in the outback in Australia. Well, things like medical care over the internet or consultations were always there, but now because of this, people are being forced to try it. And obviously it works. So the development is accelerating. We're not going to have heart surgery over Zoom, but we can certainly see our doctor. We can say, oh, see this eye here? And he can look at it and he can see what's going on. So this is changing. Education, my kids are both having school over the internet now. Many things, home delivery. We could have been doing home delivery for 10 years, but now it's accelerating, getting food delivered at home and other things delivered at home. That's one of the problems for real estate, as we said before. There's not so much need for all these shopping centers and department stores, etc. anymore. So all of this is changing. It's accelerating changes which were already underway. And yes, but one of the great things about the world is it's always changing. I'm buying gold and silver again. Throughout history, when you have people lose confidence in governments or money, they buy gold and silver. The politicians and the academics say, no, don't buy gold. It's obsolete. Let them say it. All of us peasants know when things are bad, we want to own some gold. So I'm a peasant like all the rest of them. I'm buying gold and silver. Now you may have, and you often do have, when things collapse, the price of gold goes down. I mean, 2008, gold went down with everything else. But it was a great time to buy because then it skyrocketed again and made all-time highs. So if you don't know what gold is or how to buy it, please don't listen to some guy you see on a podcast. Wait until you know something about what you're doing and then act. That's the most important message for everybody. Only invest in what you yourself know a lot about. Don't listen to some guy on the internet. 30 years ago, if you had said this was going to happen, people would have left the room. They wouldn't have talked to you anymore because they thought you were nuts. Even 20 years ago, what is happening? I'll use the U.S. I'll use Japan first to be a little more neutral. You know, the head of the central bank in Japan goes to work every day, cranks up the printing presses, prints as fast as he can, buys bonds, stocks, ETFs. He now has permission to buy stocks. I mean, it's just astonishing. He has said, we will print unlimited, that's his word, not mine, unlimited amounts of money. I mean, this is total insanity. Japan is a fabulous country, but it's, you know, the population has been declining for 10 years. The debt skyrockets every day, and they're printing all this money. You go to the U.S., we're adding debt as fast as we can. I talked about young people before. Even old people should be. This has never happened in recorded history. Now, what may happen, and we're talking about gold and silver, what may well happen is a theory around called modern monetary theory, MMT. It really means more money quick, more money now, right. More money today. But in times of crisis, nutty theories get some credence. You know, Mr. Marx had a nutty theory. It got credence. Many people tried it for a long time, and we now know Karl Marx was wrong, but it didn't mean that people didn't try it for a long time. That's what's happening with modern monetary. It may well be. The English are already doing it. The English is saying, we'll just print. It's an emergency, we're just going to print money. So that has always in history led to problems. But if everybody's doing it, then all currencies get debased, destroyed. They all go down together. And I guess that's more, means we just need to buy more gold and silver, because I cannot see, other than agriculture, I mean, this has never happened. As I said, it's a nutty theory. It's an absurd theory. But if everybody adopts it and everybody does what the English are doing, then there's going to be a huge amount of money printing. All currencies are going to go down together, and something's going to have to, you can find something that will stay up. Agriculture, gold, silver, farmland, some things.